Yo, what up? So it look like I might have to start doing voiceovers again. I wanted to do the video and show my ugly face. I'm pretty sure one, y'all don't want to see that, and two, I don't like the way when I was doing it before. The videos they don't sync right with my with these videos that I'm looking at right here. Just makes it harder to try to sync them together. So I got to try to figure out a way how to do that to make it look a little bit more professional, at least for me. Whenever I do these videos, I try to put my all into it, and if it don't come out right, then it's like, okay, well, I gotta, stop doing it until I figure out, how to make it look good. So until then, we just gonna rock out with these little voiceovers or whatever, which I'm pretty sure y'all probably prefer anyway. Like I said, y'all don't want to see my ugly face. But anyway, so another week out here on the road. This week was kind of a challenge because one, the weather, it's been very cold. Luckily the snow wasn't too bad, and I think it was only one day where I had a lot of snow, and I think it was this day right here, the 20th. But yeah, man, it was just cold as hell, man. I'm pulling up here at the receiver, unload these pipes that I picked up. Y'all seen in the last video, and man, it was like 2 degrees outside. Boy, it was so cold. Man, it was cold, boy. I'm like, man, can I have a it's funny because during the summer when I was doing this, a lot of places I delivered to was indoors. Now I'm doing it outside and all that. Man, it's rough, man. But here I am folding up the tarps, even though it was like 2 degrees outside, I still like to make my tarps look good, man. I don't play. I need them things to look good. And plus, you got to do that anyway because it's the only way it's going to fit in the tarp box. If it's rolled up sloppy, it ain't going to fit right. So I try to roll them as tight as I can so I can get them up in that tarp box, and so I ain't struggling with it too hard. As you saw when I first pulled up, there were quite a few trucks in. By the time they got ready to unload me, I was the only truck left. And when I left there, I didn't see no other trucks sitting over there. So, I guess they do most of their work in the daytime. I mean, in the early morning hours. I was there for a while. Right now, I think it's about 2 hours it took for me to get back here, take off everything so they can get me unloaded. So I was there for a minute. It was just a challenge, try to stay warm, man, because it was brutal out there. Yeah, the sun is out and all that, but that wind, boy, you see the wind was blowing pretty good. Also when I was folding up them tarps weren't that bad to fold up. You hear a lot of guys talking about how they get real stiff and all that. I've had tarps that were wet and then the water freezes on them, and they still, pretty pliable. Matter of fact, once you start moving them, that water will usually break off, that ice will break off. So at that point, they become a little bit easier to work with, but still. The main thing is just folding it up so it can fit in that tarp box. But we keeping it moving. And at first I didn't have a load. But I think it was around this area right here, around when I stopped at this stoplight, that's when they sent me a message saying that they had a load for me to pick up. And I ended up checking it, and it was a repower. So I'm on my way back to the yard. It was at the yard when I pick up this trailer. You'll see it when I get over there. Another driver, her truck, she was having problems with her, a bunk heater. And so, I get there, and I at first I was looking for it, and I found it as I parked next to her. And yeah, it's a female. We have quite a few female drivers, flatbed drivers here at Maverick. Yes, women could do it too. So shout out to all the female flatbedders out there. But that's her right there. She grabbing my empty trailer. Now I'm taking her loaded trailer. Yeah, man. And her load was tarp too. Matter of fact, you will see it because we on our way over there now. Well, I was like, man, look here. Man, it's like 2 degrees outside, boy, and already I got to take another load. So yeah, 2 loads in a row I got to deliver this day, boy. Boy, yeah, and it was up there in Michigan, I think. You see the sun is all right. You see the sun is shining real good. Yeah, watch this. Just that fast, boy. It's crazy how quick the weather can change on you like that. The sun is out. You don't really see no clouds in the sky. You see them clouds right there in the foreground. But man, that weather gonna change up quick, boy. It's just crazy how that works, man. It really is. Even if you check the weather, it could just change on you in a heartbeat, like right, boom, just like that, man. You know, and the temperature was pretty much the same. But yeah, that all that snow going up there in Michigan and all that. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't. I mean, on the camera it looked like it was coming down pretty hard, but it wasn't. And I know you see me passing up these other vehicles, man. Trust me, I wasn't driving as fast as it looks. You know, like I said, this video sped up 15 times, so it just looked like I'm moving. You know, but I didn't feel the truck because I'm real careful driving in the winter. Trust me on that. You know, I don't play when it's come down to this winter driving. You know, I'm quick to shut it down quick, boy. I don't play. But, you know, a lot of them vehicles, they were just driving way too slow. And you see it's a lot of patches where the ground was dry. You know, that whole group of cars right there was just driving way too slow, man. You know, but after driving for a while, eventually you make it to the spot. You know, it's dark as hell outside. It's cold. You know, I get out. I had to walk around the whole building just to find out where I'm supposed to go. You know, I literally walked around this whole building, boy, just to get to the entrance to find out where truck's going. It's right there. And I could just walk straight. You know, I looked on Google Maps. I tried reading reviews, but none of that gave no information on where to go. So I just said, man, the hell with it. No, but I've been there. It's my first time here, so now I know where to go from now on. You know, I'm trying to back in, you know, where I'm lined up with that door right there, as you can see. And you see it starts snowing. You know, it's light snow, but it was still snowing. Taking off all the bungees and all that. And yeah, remember this was a repowered load. So this was that woman, her load, and I picked up from her because her truck had messed up, her bunk heater. So she was supposed to deliver this load, but, you know, I ended up getting lucky contestant number 27, so I ended up getting it. And so there's that. You know, taking off the steel tarps. You know, and then I'm using that bungee on the side of the trailer, try to fold it up, thinking that's an easy way to do it, but it's a bit of a challenge to do that. I don't know why I went into that building. I can't remember why I went in there. You know, it was warm in there. Maybe that's why I went in there, but I wasn't in there that long. But yeah, these particular tarps, these steel tarps seem to be a little bit harder to work with when they cold, unlike the lumber targets, because the lumber tarps are bigger. But yeah, they were just a little bit too stiff. I had to put on my knee pads because, like I said, I ain't with that getting water in my knees and all that. You know, I try to maintain my health, and trying to roll that tarp up on snow like that, it's sliding. Yeah, that ain't no fun, boy. But I had another steel tarp take off because it was two of them up there. So I did this one the same way. And like I said, man, it's just, no, I really don't like that bungee situation, using that bungee to try to fold it up. You know, to me, it seemed like it's faster, but I don't know. You know, I've been doing this for a minute now, so, you know, I've gotten pretty good at folding up these tarps. But folding this one up, this one here, I particularly had a hard time with. I know it may not seem like it, but yeah, I struggled with that one a little bit, especially when trying to roll it up because it kept sliding. And as you can see, it keeps sliding on that ice and all that. We got it down, put it in there. Then I got to do the canvas tarps. Now, of course, those are cloth, so those are pretty easy to deal with. No, it ain't nothing to just fold that up. And even rolling it up, even on the ice, it wasn't no big thing. See how quickly I rolled that up? So yeah, that ain't no big thing. Do the second one the same way. Roll that up, boom, done. Just like that. Now it's time to take off the chains and the straps. So we ain't done yet. Boy, I mean, it was so cold. Boy, I swear, boy, it was freezing out there, man. Man, it was freezing out there. Boy, you know, and when I first started doing flatbed, man, that's one of the biggest worries, man. That's why I started doing it in August. Because I figure, you know, by the time the winter time come around, you know, hopefully I have a little bit more experience and I can get through the winter a little bit easier. And it does help. You know, I'm glad I started in the summer. And it's rough. You know, I ain't gonna lie, doing this in the winter is kind of rough, but I don't know, man. It really ain't that bad, man. It's really not. You know what I mean? Being out there in 2-degree weather, I mean, at one point it was like -1. You know, and I don't know. I mean, dress warmly, wear gloves. I mean, gloves ain't gonna really help you too much. You know, but if you start getting cold, just get back in the truck and warm up. You know, that's really all you can do. Taking everything off. You know, and I mentioned before, man, whenever I do this stuff, I try to take my time. No, I don't want to miss nothing. I want everything to go back in its place. I know some people be rushing and all that. You know, I got all that snow on my goofy ass. And then that's when I went in, he opened up the door, and then we backed in. Yeah, we backed in. It's tight up in there. That's why I couldn't go in there and do all that. He told me too, he was like, yeah, man, normally we have you unload inside, but it's so much stuff in here. Y'all see it. That's skills right there, boy. You really gotta know what you're doing back in there. Cause normally they want trucks to pull in. They would normally want trucks to pull in, because there was a sign there that says all trucks must pull in. And then when they finish, they want you to back out. Now, I didn't realize that until after I backed into that spot. That's when I got out and I noticed that sign. So I asked him. I was like, man, you want me to pull in? He was like, it's up to you. I'm like, well, shit, I'm already backed in. You know, I like backing in anyway. I don't like pulling into nowhere unless I could pull straight through. You know, it's just easy for me to just back in. So, but other than that, and I couldn't get out the truck no way. I just stayed in the truck. I mean, I wasn't gonna get out no way. But I couldn't get out because there was some stuff in the way. So I just chilled and warmed up, boy, because I was still cold. I didn't ask them what they use that for. You know, you go to a lot of these steel plants, they, you know, make various things with the steel that you give them and stuff. Some of the time they use it for appliances. Some of them use it for, you know, automotive and things like that. Different companies that they ship, some of that, they cut the steel up and then they might sell it in sections and all that. You know, they have all kind of ways they do stuff. It's amazing the kind of jobs that you come across when you're doing trucking, boy. It's like, damn, I never even knew a job like this existed. Now, I could have did this. Operating cranes and all that. But it's all good. They're like, he struggled to pick up that little one. Like that crane was struggling, boy. But no, he finished with that. He gave me my paperwork. And we up out of there. No, it didn't take long. Then I had to get the rest of that, my dunnage off my trailer. Back out in the cold I go, underneath the trailer. Throw all my little dunnage under there. And for those wondering, yeah, when we repower our loads, you always got to give the person who's getting your empty trailer or whatever, you know, the equal amount of stuff. Like she had, I think, two straps and 4 chains, so I had to give her 2 of my straps and 4 of my chains and 4 of my binders, as well as 8 of my coil pads too. So I pulled in his truck stop, pulled straight through, went to sleep. Next morning, we right back to it. Just constant grinding, boy. Sleep for 10 hours, you right back up and give them another load. That's how we do it. The lady at that guard shack, boy, she was nice as hell. She was real cool. First time at this place too. She told me pull right there, and then they'll send me a text message when they're ready for me. No, I didn't sit there long. Go on the scale, and they tell you where to go from there. Now, here, I'm actually at the wrong spot. I was supposed to be to the left of that building right there. I was supposed to be to the left of that building. But, you know, I don't know, man. I was just tweaking, boy. Like, I ain't gonna even hold you. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer. I ain't gonna even hold you, man. And I ain't ashamed of it. I mean, it is what it is. You know, but I couldn't understand them directions that she gave me. She gave me a map. And I'm over there trying to look at that map and study that map. I must have sat there for about 5 minutes trying to look at that and study that, man. Like, how this map situated? It was like at an angle and turned some kind of way. It was throwing me off, man. So I ended up going on this side, thinking that this where I was supposed to be at to get loaded. I was wondering why none of them forklifts came over there. I mean, they was sitting there. So there's one that just drove past. He didn't even stop. Probably looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? Like, ain't this where I'm supposed to go? Yeah, I had no idea I wasn't supposed to go over there, but it's all good. Eventually, another forklift came over there, and he told me, he was like, "Yeah, man, you're supposed to, be on the other side or whatever. This side right here, that's where I'm supposed to be." But it's all good. Like I said, it is what it is. My first time there, so now I know. I've been to so many places for the first time, boy. So you putting in, I was only getting 5 of those them steel rods. So yeah, I know y'all saying, wait a minute, didn't you just drop off some steel rods? Yeah, I'm picking up some more. Well, those are steel bars. These are a little bit thinner. I kind of wish, you see that center, that third one right in the middle right there. I kind of wish I had that a little bit more centered, but it's all good. Doing my straps, doing the belly strap. Through the one, boom. And it's cold here too. Yeah, you're going to hear me say that all week, boy. For this whole week that I worked, boy, it was freezing. Except for Friday. We'll talk about that once we get over there. There's another Maverick driver right there. Me and him chopped it up in the tarp shed. He cool. He been there for 2 years. He said he's still struggling in the wintertime, boy. I had a hard time with this strap. I don't know why. I just made it more difficult for myself than it needed to be. See what I mean? I end up throwing it wrong. Going back to the back, gonna grab that, put it under, and throw it back over. And then the wind gonna catch it. See, boy, oh boy, the things you go through out here when you're doing flatbed, boy, I'm telling you. But like I said, man, it's alright. It's alright. It ain't as bad as I thought. Even in the wintertime, yeah, it ain't fun. But it ain't that bad. I mean, sometimes you struggle. Like you see, I'm struggling here. You're gonna see me walk back and forth around that truck about 300 times, boy, because I just kept struggling with that. And then I ended up throwing the whole Y'all see this, man? Come on, man. Struggling, boy. I don't know what was going on. I mean, one, I was tired. I ain't gonna even hold you. I was still tired from the night before. Had to untarp 2 loads. Come on, man. I was still tired. It was cold. I was tired. I was ready to go. That's why I kept struggling. Then they got caught up with that metal right there. Boy, I was going through it. I'm telling you, I was going through it. Then I threw it wrong again. Had to go back on the other side. I know you see the camera keep looking up. That's because my hard hat wasn't situated right on top of my head. And I didn't realize that until I went back and looked at the footage, but it's all good. Like I said, eventually we got it, as you can see. I got it. Cinched it down. And that's when I went into the tarp shed. And I thought, for whatever reason, I thought it was warm in there. The hell it was. The only good thing about it is that I mean, you inside of a building, so the wind ain't blowing. But it was still cold in there. The other Maverick driver pulled in. Me and him chopped it up a little bit. He ended up throwing straps on his load. And I didn't realize that until after I pulled out all my chains, man. I'm like, damn, I could have did through straps. And I could have. It wouldn't have hurt. It wouldn't have hurt at all. Because I only had the 5. And I think he had 5 of them too. Oh, well, you live and you learn. Like I said, I ain't even been 6 months yet. Almost 6 months. We almost 6 months. I'll do a video on that. But we almost 6 months here at Maverick. And I'm still learning. And I'm probably going to keep learning. Having that catwalk, it does help. Makes it easier to get on and off the trailer. I've always had problems with my knees. Climbing up stuff and all that, it's always been a problem for me. Ever since I was like 25 years old. So having a catwalk to climb up and down trailers and stuff like that definitely makes it easier. But, it kind of becomes a hassle because when you need to get on that side of the trailer, now you got to move the catwalk out the way. And at this point, there was a lineup of trucks outside that garage door where they're waiting to get in. I was trying to move fast, but at the same time, like I said, I don't rush for nobody. Because when you rush, that's when you tear up stuff. But there was definitely a line of trucks out there. I think for my garage door, I think I seen about 3 trucks waiting behind that door. That's why you notice that little door in the middle, it keep opening up. Because they keep coming in. See, they just came in, look, try to see where we at. I know they like, man, there's 2 Maverick drivers in there. Both of them don't know what the hell they doing. Not only me, I don't know what I'm doing. The other guy, he been there 2 years, so he good. No, but I'm pretty sure they was in the same boat when they first started. They was trash. So it happens when you new at some shit. So they keep coming, they keep coming in there, boy. They try to see, man. Like I said, I was doing what I had to do, man. I was working as fast as I could, but at the same time, taking my time, man. That white stuff you see on top of that tarp, that's literally snow. Gotta put the bungees on there. Do I have to do every D-ring? Probably not. I could probably get away with doing every other D-ring. Maybe. No, it's crazy. Me and that other Maverick driver, we finished at the same time, which is crazy. I end up using chains. He ended up using straps. Yet me and him finished at the exact same time for the most part. Yeah, I be trying to make sure it's set up right, boy. Make sure I got the back down together. That's it. The other truck pulled in. Then I pulled out and dude behind me pulled in. That's it. I had to go over there to the guard shack, show the lady my paperwork. And she opened up that little gate right there and I was gone. And see, that's the thing, man. Once you finish throwing your chains, your straps, your tarps, whatever, man, you done. That's the thing, man. Yeah, time flies, man. I tell you that. Time definitely flies, boy. It don't, like, that's one thing I do like. I know some people may not like that, but I do. I like how fast time moves. So, but, this is, of course, hours later. Time to take another 10 hour. That tow truck drive past. Get that good sleep in, wake up in the morning, and deliver that shit. Get that crap off my truck so I can get something else. Next morning, 7:30 in the morning. Another cold day, of course. I can't remember how far these places are. I try to drive as far as I can the night before, so I don't have to do too much driving in the daytime, but I don't remember this. I don't remember how far it was. It may have been 200 miles, 300 miles, I don't know. Either way, we pulled up. And then that guy came up to me because he didn't know where to check in at. I told him the guy who unloaded, because there was a truck in front of me, they were just finishing up with him when I pulled up. I told him he went to the back of the building somewhere. I told him he could go in that door right there next to them docks. You can check in right there. But the guy on that forklift, he saw me, so he knew I was already out there. So he probably went to the back and take a little break or whatever. That's me chopping up with him, letting him know. Like, if you want to go in that door right there and check in, you can. But, you know, when he come back out to unload me, he'll see you automatically. Once again. And at this point, that's when I say, you know, let me, I'm going to fold up my other steel top a little bit differently. Because I had the room. Because I didn't really like, you see how it ain't even enough. It's too wide. Like I said, there's only so much space inside that tarp box. So even if you want to be sloppy with it and just, you know, take it and throw it in there, I mean you can, but it's gonna be a struggle. See that you see this how I'm doing it different. See, this time I'm just gonna unfold it out like that, then fold it over like that, boom, boom, in the middle. I really like the way that look. That look good. Make sure it's neat. Even though it's cold outside, I still, like I said, man, I like to make sure my tarps are neat. They're easy to work with when you need to use them again. You know, I stepped on it, make sure push all that air out, then I folded it over, put my bungees underneath, and I rolled it up. And that one there came out a whole lot better. So I think I'm just gonna do it like that from now on if I got the space. I think I went in the truck and wore my hands up. That's why you didn't see me for a little minute, because it was, yeah, it was too cold out there, boy. Fold up my canvas, throw them under there, fit in there good. And I sure didn't feel like climbing on top of that trailer, take off them chains, but I ain't had no other choice. So we doing all that. I try to do it in such a way to where I don't damage the product. So I didn't want to just, you know, throw chains and all that. I want to be careful with it. Take off my binders. Also, that truck that I repowered that load from, when I got this truck that I got now, this is a new truck, they gave me all new equipment. And I didn't even get a chance to use it yet before I had to give it all up. I'm like, oh man, I didn't get a chance to use my binders yet, man. You see them yellow ones I put up, them old and rusty and all that. The ones I had were brand new, boy. Didn't even get a chance to use them yet. I still got my ratchet binders. Those are brand new too. I still got them. My chains are new, but still, hey, it happens. No, it happens. Now, I did have one chain that I couldn't get out because it had got stuck in between them bundles. I guess it shifted. So it got stuck. So when the forklift guy come through, once he moved him out the way, he got that little side forklift. And his forklift kept cutting off on him too, boy. I mean, it kept cutting off. Almost every 5 minutes. Before he even pick up a bundle, it'll shut off. I don't know who that guy is. I think that's a forklift. I guess he telling him about his issues with his. I know it's kind of hard to see with how fast the video sped up. But if you notice closer, you see that smoke coming out the tailpipe of that little forklift. You know, that's what they him having to restart it because it just wouldn't stay running. So he came back, and I stood there so I can grab that last chain that was stuck. So I grabbed that, putting it up, boom. Took a quick picture right quick for a thumbnail if I decide to use it. So you grab another. That is kind of cool, that little side forklift. I like that though. Grab another one. At this point, his truck was running pretty good. You see that truck behind me, he kept inching forward. You know, he was ready to get his shit unloaded. Yeah, we all are. We all in a hurry to go nowhere. Then that was it. Pull it out right there. Take off the rest of my dunnage. Throw it underneath the trailer again. We on to the next spot. And then I ended up forgetting my camera right here. I forgot all about my camera, man. It wasn't until I got right on the road. Once I made this little turn right here and got on the road like that, that's when I remembered it. I'm like, damn. You know, but I couldn't stop. I had to keep going. There was nowhere for me to pull over at. Then I remember there's a truck stop like 5 miles up the road. So I just kept driving. That's why you see this footage right here. I was sure hoping that camera was still back there, boy. I was hoping it wouldn't have fell off or nothing like that. You see it's getting wet. So I kept driving. Eventually I saw this truck stop that we about to pull into. Pulled in there like that. And while I was in there, I went in here and got something to eat. You know, there's another truck there, so I grabbed the camera, cleaned it off, put it right there in my windshield, and we're going to keep it pushing. So I try not to do that again. So I ended up picking up this load, going to this other spot. This place is weird. Now I let him go ahead because I didn't know where to go. You know, that place, it's a weird place. I have several businesses there, but I saw the signs. I said, okay, yeah, that's where I got to go. I'm going to follow him. You know, my first time here, too. There's a phone number right there. I called that phone number. It was a guard in that the trailer right there. She said, yeah, you can get on the scale. You ain't got to come inside. Just get on the scale. I stayed on the phone with her, told her what the numbers were. She was like, okay. Then she told me where to go. She said, just go where you at. Just go to the left. Go to the side of the building. Follow that all the way down. You'll see a sign that says shipping. That's the sign right there. Make that little right. And at this point, I just start following that truck right there. I said, yeah, he look like he know where he going. My first time, man. So I'm just following him. Stopped at that stop sign. Went around that. Now, what I didn't know, you see that number 5 right there, that building? I was supposed to go in there. I was supposed to pull in there, get loaded with my coils, and then just pull through. So they didn't tell me that. They did not tell me that. So I pulled up right there. I zoomed in so y'all can see him, just in case y'all ain't never seen a Conestoga before. Y'all can see how they do them Conestogas right quick. And yes, we do have those here at Maverick. So they pick those up 2 at a time. Like that. They say they got 2 forklifts. They ain't playing no games, boy. They try to hurry up. Then he roll it back. Now it's my time to shine. That's when that forklift guy told me. He was like, yeah, you supposed to go in number 5 back there. Now I didn't film it with them putting it on my trailer. I didn't feel like getting out the truck and putting the camera up there. That's why you didn't see that part. You know, but they told me where to go. You see that TMC driver sitting over there? He said, just follow and you'll see a large parking lot where you can pull in, where I'm pulling in at. You see them other trucks over there. That's where you strap and tarp up. If you got a tarp. But that's the beautiful thing about this load. I didn't need to tarp it. All I did was throw my straps, as you see there, butterfly straps. This is my first time hauling slinkies that's side by side like that, except for that one. See, it's just one now. I had to find the middle one and put that, you know, put the straps in the so they all pinch the middle one together and all that. I'm like, man, I sure hope I'm doing this right. There's another Maverick driver right there. Butterfly strap. Now, Maverick didn't teach us that. They didn't teach us that butterfly, man. You know, I went on YouTube and I was watching videos, and that's when I seen that. I think it was Western Express. They showed that, and I was like, okay, yeah, I like that. I'm going to do that. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Y'all might hear some noise. I got to plug in my computer, man. The battery on my computer about to die off. So like I said, I didn't have to tarp it. So I was like, thank you, Jesus. Well, I was so happy I didn't have to tarp that load. Man. So after I got done doing that, I pulled up, went back the way I came into that scale. I called that number up, told her the information. All she wanted was my total weight. And then we was gone. Got back on the road. After driving for a minute, I pulled up at this Love's thinking it's parking now. Yeah, that's a lie. There was only one parking spot left, and that truck got it. So I went around. I'm like, oh man, not a single parking spot, boy. There was trucks everywhere. So I said, let me go across the highway to that Casey's and see if there's parking there. And it was plenty of parking. Boom, look at that. Just parking everywhere. I have all kind of choices, boy. Back then, I was trying to position myself to be in the lines. I couldn't see the lines, but I want to try to position myself to be in the lines. It's all good. Next morning, yeah, that's all we do, boy. Just drive. That's it, that's all. Just nothing but driving. This a spot where we delivering them coils at. Went around. Once again, trying to figure out where to go. But they told me. Taking everything off. All my straps. And yeah, it's another cold one. I think it was about 10 degrees out there at this place. I think I was somewhere in Missouri. Had a whole lot of straps to take off, boy. I was gonna make sure them coils weren't going nowhere. That's how I know I did it right. It's my first time hauling double coils like that, because I'm only used to seeing them do one. You know, put one in the middle of the trailer and then put one behind it and so on and so forth like that. I didn't even know they could do them doubled up like that. No idea. But now I know. And now I know how to strap them down. Yeah, there's a lot of learning you do when you're doing flatbed, boy. And he came through, picked them all up. He picked them up 4 at a time. And he picked up that one. And he picked up those 4. And the last 4. Put all my dunnage underneath. Grabbed the paperwork. We was gone. Had to back up. And that was it. Easy peasy. On our way to pick up another load. That's how we doing it. Now, I don't think I had that far to go to pick up. No, I didn't. I didn't have that far to go. Matter of fact, I think I drove. This footage you see is me driving straight there because it wasn't that far. Matter of fact, it was in the same city. I ended up going the wrong way. That's why I made that turn that you seen. Boy. Made a few turns. Go across the railroad tracks. And we made it here. And believe it or not, once I got here, that's when I realized this was a dropping hook. So I'm like, damn. And it was kind of cold this day too. It was about 20 degrees, so the temp went up. But still had to drop my empty. I had to take off all my stuff. I had to leave some straps, some bungees on the empty trailer I'm dropping. And then I had to go over there on the other side and get my loaded trailer. And it was already tarped. So that means I had to leave tarps on the, well, they were already in the trailer, but still. Grab all my bungees and all that. They said put it all in the side box. So I drive around the back of the building, and there's my trailer right there next to that other Maverick driver. But first I had to check to see what I was missing. Yeah, there was quite a few things I was missing, like always. So I had to go back, and I had to get all my stuff that I needed off of that trailer and put it so I could bring it over to the other trailer. All my dunnage, all my blocks, the rest of my tarps. My coil mats. I gotta get my, what's that, my 4-foot blocks. I had my 4-foot dunnage. I had to get those. All that, man. All that. I was able to put, believe it or not, I was able to put most of that stuff on the deck of my trailer. The only thing I couldn't put up there was my steel tarps. I had to come back for that. At least it's sunny out. At that point, the other Maverick driver, he left. So I had to put all my wood under there, all my tarps up. While I was over there, I started to put my bungees on that tarp right there, so I could at least start the process. Yeah, switching trailers, boy, is always rough, man. What's crazy about what I don't understand is why there's just never other, like, why is there never things there? Why you have to go through all this? I just don't understand. Because this takes up time. Now, I know some of y'all might be saying to yourself, well, why don't you just bring the other trailer over there? They don't want us doing that. They had a sign that says, do not bring, but they gave us a piece of paper that told us, do not bring your trailer you're dropping over there on the loaded side to switch. You know, if you do, then they'll call your dispatcher and all that, and who knows what else will happen after that. So just gotta do what you gotta do, man. So at that point, like I said, I wasn't done. I had to go over there and get the rest of my other 2 steel tarps. So that's where we're going. Grab those, throw those on the back of the deck, and I checked to make sure I had everything I needed, so I ain't got to come back over there. That was it. And I didn't even have that trailer that long. That's the trailer I had when I picked up that repower load. What was it, like 3 days, 2 days? I only had that trailer for 2 days. That ain't nothing. This trailer I got right here, this trailer gonna go away in a day. You'll see. I had this trailer even less time. Boy. So I backed in, got everything together. I didn't show me throwing straps because y'all didn't see that. Y'all wouldn't be able to see it no way. So after some time passed, time to go. I had talked to that TMC driver right there in the front. He was cool. Me and him chopped it up a little bit too. And I have no idea what I was hauling because I couldn't see what was underneath. So I had to guess where to throw my straps. I mean, I was looking at, the tarp and all that, trying to see what was under it so I can make sure when I throw straps, they hold down the product. But at the same time, I really couldn't tell what I was hauling. But I wasn't worried about it coming loose and falling off, which it didn't. So when I was on my way to a Lowe's store, where I picked up at was a Lowe's distribution center. So trying to cross this janky ass intersection wasn't no fun because it's at an angle and I had to really look to my right to make sure there wasn't no vehicles coming. But we made it through. And I remember this load very easily because it was 300 miles away where I had to go. Drop this load off. Nice sunny day outside. It was cold, but it was nice and sunny out. And I ended up driving straight to that Lowe's store. I didn't stop. I drove straight there. This is me pulling into their parking lot, drove around to the back. You see them trucks there. Pulled in, parked right there, shut off the truck, and went to sleep. Right on their property, boy, because I had the hours. Matter of fact, when I pulled up, I had about 40 minutes left on my drive. So I was good. So it's the next morning. I was already there, checked in. This is me folding up that lumber top. This is the first one, of course. Even though it was cold, like I said, I don't play. Fold it up neat. Make it look good so it can fit in that my little side box on the trailer. And then once they done that, fold up the other one, and then they started the unload process. And it took a while. They started from the back and worked their way to the front. Since you really couldn't see none, I went on here and just skipped ahead, skipped all that, so you could just see this part right here. And he moved that over. And you see the damage on top of that foam, because I didn't know I was hauling foam. I had no idea. Like I said, I didn't know what was under there. They didn't give me the paperwork until after I left. But I asked him, was there any damages? He said no. So I'm like, cool. So he did that. At this point, I think it was about 9:30 or something like that. They already gave me my next load, my next pickup. So that's what we on our way to now. And this next place I gotta go to, boy, that place, man. And that's what I was saying, man. That load was a preloaded trailer. Driving down this weird road. There were no signs saying really where I was supposed to go. So I asked him. He told me go through that door right there. I went in there, chopped it up with dude. He told me go around the back of the building. So I'm like, okay. So I goes around the back of the building. And then you see to the left right there, that area was blocked off. So I couldn't go that way. So I ended up going to the right. And there's another Maverick driver blocking me in. So I asked him, if he could move back a little bit so I could get through. So I can go back here. So I'm like, okay, I went in, checked in, and that's when they told me I had a preloaded trailer. I'm like, shit. That's the look. So I'm walking around trying to find it. Couldn't find the trailer at first, so I goes over here, and then I find it. Boy, you don't know how I was. Boy, I wasn't happy, man. Let's just put it that way. I had this trailer for a day, for 24 hours. And I already had to switch again, boy. I'm like, man, is this against the law? Had to move all my stuff over because this trailer I'm picking up didn't have anything on it. Made no sense, man, why I didn't have everything on it. No sense whatsoever. So I'm taking everything off. And you saw when I pulled in, there was no way for me to really turn around. And I asked him, where do you want me to put my empty trailer at? Because that lot is small. He was like, man, I don't even care. You can, wherever you find a spot. Yeah, you see me rolling that steel tarp, boy. That thing, at this point, because I'm just tired, man. I'm like, man, I'm tired. Now, it was a little bit warmer outside. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it was like, it'd be warmer on Friday than it was out here. It's about 44 degrees or something like that. So it wasn't too bad. So those straps right there, I had to leave with this trailer because that trailer already had 6 straps on it. I went ahead and threw them in the side box. And then it's time for me to get rid of that trailer. So I had to back up. I had to back all the way up. You'll see. Maneuvering my trailer. Boy, I'm so glad yeah, this will tell you right here. I know how to drive a truck, man. Come on. Through this tight-ass lot. So I had to turn. Got out the truck to check. Because you see that trailer right there. I didn't want to smack it. So I backed in. That's when I saw this empty spot. So I'm like, it's going right there. Checked again. Make sure we clear. Back right on in that thing. And I ended up leaving another 6 straps on the trailer. Just like that. Disconnected. Lowered the landing gear. And then we back over there. to grab this load. And I don't know what that is. It looked like some sort of roofing material, some aluminum. And yeah, they wanted it tarp, man. I had to tarp that. They had no tarp machine. On top of that, the straps they did have on there, they had 6 straps on there. They weren't to my standards, man. I didn't like the way they strapped those down. So I had to redo, I think, 4 of them. It took me a minute, man. I think I was there for about maybe 2.5, maybe 3 hours total. You know, and once I got done strapping everything out, I got the forklift driver asking me to throw my lumber tarps up there. I couldn't pull all the way forward because there was a truck in front of me. I could have told him to move out the way so I can pull all the way up. I really didn't care. No, I was still able to do what I needed to do anyway. Then climbing on, and it was real janky climbing up there. I mean, it was safe, but still, you know, the way them things are shaped. And I did almost kind of lose my balance a little bit. I know it's kind of hard to see because this video is sped up. That's why I try to take my time, man. That's why I say get in the habit of taking your time. At this point, yeah, you see I'm up there kind of sweating now. And so this is what it looked like before I threw the tarps, how I did the straps. The low one, that heavy, it was only about 30,000 pounds. But you see it's real long, and it hangs over the edge. So I had to make sure I had enough securement. It already had the belly straps, so I just threw straps on the top. And I threw those 2 straps right there going in opposite directions to hold back. You know, you see it's hanging over the edge. And no, you don't need a flag because my trailer is 48 foot, so I don't need a flag or anything. So I got the 2-inch straps on the back like that, holding that down, keeping it from swinging out. Made it look good. And the camera did die eventually. That's why I didn't show the rest of me tarping. But I did show the aftermath once I was finished, and this is it right here. So this is how it looked. I did the best I could. You know, like I said, I had to climb on top. And to tell you the truth, I was trying to hurry up and get up off there. I didn't like being up there. So it didn't come out too bad. And since then, I've drove about 300 miles with this load. And only thing I had to do, the tarp didn't move, the load didn't move. I mean, everything is good. Wrapped up the back real good. Tried to really cinch that down real good because you see there's really nothing, because you know that wind could get under there and pull all that out, but it hadn't happened. Like I said, I drove about 300 miles, and even that little flap right there didn't come loose. So after that, I already had my paperwork. After about 3 hours, I was so glad to be done with that crap. I was going to turn down that street right there, but I said, you know, I ain't turning down now. Turn down this street right here because it's a light. Traffic was kind of heavy. So I said, I'm going to turn down this street because they got a light right there. I ain't about to be sitting up there waiting for all them damn cars to go past. And that was it. That's the week, man. It was rough. It was cold. Switching trailers constantly and all that, but we got it done, man. We got it done. And we almost, like I said, man, we almost had 6 months here at Maverick. So we making it, man. I'm really trying. Really trying. Like I said, I've been praying a lot, asking God to give me patience. Because this job can take a whole lot out of you, boy. But the Lord is definitely working, boy. He really working.